Hey guys, so welcome back to another video. I just wanted to do a quick video, a quick update about postpartum and how I'm doing, how my body is doing, how the baby is doing, and everything that has to do with postpartum. And I honestly want to compare it to my last birth, I guess, my last labor that I had with Elias, since felt like it has been kind of different. I was kind of expecting the same thing, but that was a mistake. I know that when it comes to postpartum, everybody has a different experience, and apparently every labor experience is different, as well as the recovery. And for example, I feel like this postpartum experience has taken a little bit longer for my body to recover. With Elias, I felt like the first 2 weeks, and I felt really good, I guess I can say. I felt like my body was healing perfectly. I didn't feel as like achy as I do with this one. Because with this one, I just feel like, honestly, like my body still hurts from it. And it's already almost been 6 weeks. I'm 6 weeks tomorrow. And then I know the last time I actually did a postpartum video was 5 weeks ago. So I felt like by this point, I thought my body was going to feel almost 100%. I know that although it's very recent since I had my daughter, I had high expectations, I guess, for the way I was going to feel, since that's how I felt with Elias. After 2 weeks, we took a road trip with my husband. I was walking, almost like a hiking experience. And then with her, I get really exhausted easily. My body aches like at nighttime around, like when I'm about to lay down or something. It gets to a point that I feel like pretty much just everything hurts. And I'm not sure if that's from the postpartum part of postpartum, or it's just me having to, like clean, cook, take care of the kids or whatever. I'm pretty sure that having a toddler and a baby has something to do with the way I feel. But when it comes to like how I feel inside, I guess I can say I don't feel 100% yet. So I'm still working on that. I did call my doctor to schedule my appointment for my 6 weeks, and they haven't called me back, so I have to call them again because I do have to get checked up. I try to take like a Tylenol at nighttime, so I can have some relief, because I'm telling you, like, it's not like I'm dying, but I do feel like my body aches. And like, I'm pretty sure it's because my body hasn't fully recovered. And part of that, it's my fault, because the first week I felt like I really did take care of myself, since I had help around the house and everything. I was able to rest more. I wasn't like lifting my son that much. I wasn't standing up for long periods of time, or like walking around, or nothing like that. But since I stopped doing that after week 1, I feel like I haven't progressed as fast as I thought I was going to be progressing when it came to my recovery. When it comes to my bleeding, so for some women, the bleeding is like 2 weeks, and for some women, it's a little longer. For the birth of my son, I only bled for like a week and a half or 2 weeks, and it wasn't that bad at all. With her, it hasn't been bad at all either, but it did last a little bit more. It lasted about 4 weeks, and I'm not really sure why, honestly. I know that like I didn't have any problems during my labor, or I didn't have any like massive bleeding or anything like that. So I'm not really sure why it lasted that long. But like I said, with every every recovery is different. And although I'm the same person as I was technically 2 years ago, my recovery has been different for this time around. When it comes to breastfeeding, my breastfeeding experience has been good so far. I haven't had any problems with milk or anything like that. I know that I can produce more milk if I was drinking more water, because honestly, like, that's the number, like, one thing you should do when you're breastfeeding, which is drinking a lot of water, because you're just like always thirsty, and it also helps obviously with your milk flow and everything. But I haven't had any issues at all. It doesn't hurt anymore or anything like that. My daughter latches perfectly. She is eating about every 2 hours, and she latches for about 15-20 minutes at a time. So with my breastfeeding experience, it has been good. I was doing a lot of storage. I was like storing about 16-20 ounces of milk in the beginning of my recovery, and for the first 2 weeks I was able to like get a big enough stockpile that I didn't have to pump as much this past like 3-4 weeks. So I haven't been pumping as much. I've maybe pumped like once or twice a day, but it's not to an extent of pumping like 8 ounces every time I pump. Now I pump by only 5 ounces and stuff like that. And that I know has something to do with, I guess, like, the more you pump, your body's gonna produce more and more. But I was just producing too much milk. Like, literally, I was leaking all the time. My daughter would get like choked up because my milk would just like shoot out and stuff like that. So I decided to kind of slow it down and stuff. So now I only pump like 5 ounces every time I pump. And so far with the breastfeeding, I mean, I honestly, I feel like it's been good so far. When it comes to my eating, and because honestly, when it comes to eating in postpartum, you're either super hungry or you're not hungry at all. And that's kind of how I am right now. I don't really get hungry that much. And sometimes, like, my husband looks at me and he's like, oh my God, are you trying to like get super skinny and lose a lot of weight? And it's not that. It's just the fact that I don't have that much appetite. The only thing I feel is like a lot of thirst, but that's because I'm breastfeeding. But when it comes to eating, I don't really get hungry that much. And honestly, I despise egg right now. I can't smell egg or anything. I don't want it. I don't even like want to be around it. But my son loves egg, so I literally am around it like every single day. So my appetite has been very low, and I just have to like snack in between so my body can get something, some nutrition. But it hasn't been that bad. I haven't lost that like crazy amount of weight. When it comes to my weight, so my weight is right now, I just weigh myself, is at 121.6. You guys know that I want to get to 120. I've always been around at 120, but it's just a pound over. So honestly, like, I feel good. I feel great about my weight. I feel like my body has it went back to normal when it comes to that. So I feel really, really good about how I'm doing with that. And now I'm just going to maintain it. I don't want to lose, like, I don't want to get too skinny, but I don't want to go up either, because I just feel like more comfortable around my 120s. So I'm very, very glad that my body was able to do that by itself. I know, like, with Elias, I told myself, oh, I'm gonna start working now, so my stomach feels tighter and all of this. Whether I'm like, oh no, I know I won't do it. I don't have time. Literally, with 2 kids, they take like all my time. So I don't even wanna try, I guess. The only thing that I do want to talk about is postpartum depression. With Elias, I don't think I had postpartum depression. I know I had the baby blues where I would get like emotional at times, or maybe like I had postpartum depression, but it wasn't like bad. With her, I think it's bad, honestly, because I just have so many negative thoughts, And it doesn't come from me wanting to harm my children, which I'm thankful for, but it comes from putting myself down a lot. Literally, like everything I do, like my body, my mind just attacks me, and I start getting emotional and I start crying, and it's just this deep sadness that comes to me for absolutely no reason whatsoever. So at first I was very confused, honestly. I was like, what's going on? Like, why am I feeling this way? I honestly, I didn't want to think that I had postpartum depression, because it's something that people don't talk about. You don't want to tell somebody, oh, I'm going through this, and they're gonna be like, oh, you don't know how they're gonna react to it. But it started happening a lot when I was alone, especially at nighttime, or like just when I was doing something by myself, because most of the time I'm always busy. The kids are awake, I'm always busy if the kids are awake. I mean, it comes from playing with Elias, feeding him, showering him, taking him here, whatever. With my daughter as well, it's feeding her, changing her diaper, making sure that she's good. So you're literally, you don't have time to think when it comes, like when you're doing stuff. But as soon as my world stops, like my mind just starts attacking me so in such a negative way that I start feeling so low, and my self-esteem goes so bad. Like, it's just a lot of things that come to my mind, a lot of things that I think like, oh, I should be better at this. I'm such a bad mom. I'm such a bad wife. I'm such a bad person. And I know those things in a way they're not true. But in that moment, like, I just feel like the lowest person in the world. I feel like my world is like breaking in that moment, so I just literally just break down crying for no reason. And I don't, at first I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't even want to tell my husband. I would just get sad and he'll notice it, and then he'll try to talk to me about it, and I'll just like shut him down, or shut him out, I guess you can say. And then finally I wanted to just tell him that I don't know what was going on with me and stuff. He's a really good listener, so I appreciate him so much for that, because I know that there's some people that they don't have nobody to talk to. I know that he's there, but there's times that I don't even feel like talking. I don't even feel like talking about it. I don't even feel like being around people. And I noticed too that I was kind of like sadness would come over me and anger will come over me, and literally I wanted to attack him, I guess, or attack anybody that would come around me, not physically, but just like with my attitude and my like words, or like trying to pick up a fight for no reason. It's just so weird. And so I called somebody from my church. She's a lady at church, and she talks to pretty much a lot of people, and that she tries to counsel and stuff like that. And I called her, and I was like, this is going on. I'm not really sure. I did tell my mom first, because I told her, I don't know what I have against my husband. I was like, I don't understand it. I don't know if I'm just moody or if something else is going on. And she was able to tell me. She's like, I think you're going through depression. And so anyway, so she recommended me to talk to this lady, and I talked to her. And a lot of women go through that. A lot of women call her about the same feelings and stuff like that. So I guess it reassured me that I wasn't going nuts, but in a way you are going crazy, because your mind is just literally playing like trick games. And it sucks. I feel like people don't talk about it enough, and a lot of women feel confused about it, or not accepted, or just not supported, And honestly, if you're going through that, find somebody to talk to, literally, because if you just keep it to yourself, you're just gonna get crazier and crazier. And I can tell you that because that happened to me like the first 2 weeks. Not even the first 2 weeks, like the first 4 weeks. I literally just talked to my husband like this week is when I started, you know what, I'm going through this. I gotta like get myself out of there, you know, because I felt like I was digging the hole deeper and deeper and I wasn't getting out. And I still feel kind of trapped. I still feel emotional. I still feel sad for no reason. Like literally, you don't need a reason to feel this way. You just do because you just went through a traumatic experience. You just pushed out a child and now it messed up your emotions and your body and your spirit and so many things. And I'm not saying like having a baby is a terrible thing, but it comes with a lot of like consequences, or you know, things that you just go through as a mom. So stay strong, honestly. Like you can like 100% do it. If God gave you this child and God trusted you with this life, and you know, like you can do it. You have support. You're not alone. And if you guys know me and you're going through this, literally reach out to me. Like I would love to talk about it because I can tell you about my experience and you can tell me about your experience, and we're not gonna feel so alone. So I'm definitely going through postpartum depression, and it sucks. It sucks. I know that some people go through it for weeks, other ones for months, other ones for years. Literally, it's something that can like be so long, and I think that we just gotta fight through it. Honestly, we just have to remain strong and remember all the great things that, you know, we have in life, because I know that for a lot of women, when it comes to postpartum depression, it can be really, really deep to the point that they see no meaning in life. I know I have a meaning in life. I have my kids, I have my family, I have myself. I mean, I matter too, you know? So if you're feeling that way, definitely reach out to me or anybody close to you. And if you don't have somebody close to you, there's help out there. There's help in the internet or just like anonymous numbers that you can call and talk to. So look out for yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mind, of your emotions, of your spirit, of your body, so you can take care of those children. But mainly, you can take care of yourself. So that's something that I've definitely been struggling with. And I feel like, you know, people that have me on social media or something, it's obviously something that I'm not gonna just like talk about in social media, because I don't know how people are gonna react. Some people are gonna be like, oh, you're so dramatic, or you're lying, or whatever. There's people that don't even believe in postpartum depression, which is crazy because most of them are men. Like, you didn't push out a child, so you have no opinion on this, honestly. But I feel like if you are a guy, if you're a husband, definitely support your wife. Definitely support your sister, your mom, whoever. Look out for them. Like, ask them how they're doing, because probably they don't even want to talk about it, you know? So anyways, changing the subject, my daughter is doing great. She is, I don't even know how much she weighs, but she just turned a month, like a week and a half ago. So she is, I'm pretty sure she passed her 10 pounds already. She was 10 pounds when she turned 1 month. So I'm not really sure how much she weighs, but she's growing perfectly fine. She's healthy. She's very active. She's very strong. And she's like a joy. You know, the only thing that we're kind of like struggling when it comes to the kids is Elias messing around with his baby sister. He literally hits her, he scratches her and stuff like that. And it's not like we don't watch him, but we've caught him doing that, you know, like literally, like I turn my back for just like 2 seconds and then he's like, and then he scratches her. So that's something that we're kind of like on the lookout, trying to teach him how to take care of his sister, that she's a baby and all that. But that's a work in progress. I don't know how long that's gonna take. It's just a matter of patience. Anyways, guys, I don't know if I missed anything, honestly. This is just a video that I really like randomly put up. So I'm gonna show you guys how my belly looks now that it's 6 weeks postpartum, and that will mark the end of my video. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna show you guys my belly real quick. So here is my belly. It's way lighter now, like crazy lighter. As you guys can see, I still have a lot of stretch marks right there. Those are probably never gonna go away. They're like deep enough that they're not going to heal, I guess, or they're going to heal, but they're definitely gonna be there for a long time. And then my belly is way lighter now. Like, as you guys can see, it's very light. My linea negra is going away as well. And then from the side, I still have like the little like pouch, but that eventually, like with Elias, it went away. I just had a little bit of loose skin, but it wasn't that bad at all. But anyways, so this pretty much marks the end of my video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll keep you guys posted with how my life is going. So thanks for watching.